कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भुः मा ते सङ्गोत्स्वकर्मणि।
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Let's capture some audience reactions. Sujata Joshi from San Jose is right here with us, and she has been enjoying International Gita Conference since morning today. What's your best part, ma'am?
The best part was Tulsi Gabbard's speech. Keynote speaker. She was one of the keynote speakers. It was fabulous. It was inspiring to see her, how she has really, practicing all these values and trying to really make sure that, she's staying connected with it. And her words were very simple, very touching words.
What else did you really appreciate the most?
Most of the speakers have been really, really great. It was very inspiring. The most important part I liked is they've made it very simple. It's not about how we can really use it in a practically daily life, and also kind of understand. It's not like they have made it in a very nice, simple words, and how practically we can use it on a daily basis.
Awesome. That was great to hear from you, and I can see the beautiful smile you're wearing because of this event. Thanks a ton for speaking with INDTV USA. Keep enjoying.
Thank you.
Hi folks, Council Member Ash Kalra is right here with us. Welcome to INDTV USA, and you have made your gracious presence to International Gita Conference. So how's the feel?
Well, it's amazing. Growing up Hindu, growing up studying the Gita, going to Gita classes, you never would imagine to have a gathering like this right here in my own backyard here in Sunnyvale at the Hindu Temple, of hundreds and hundreds of people, many spiritual leaders, great conversations, and really discussions about how you can implement and practice the teachings of the Gita in your everyday life, which is really the challenge. And so it's great to meet other people that also are trying to find ways to serve in the community in their own way, and to do it under the guidance of the Gita.
Awesome. One of the ways I have seen practically Gita is being followed is that it inspires people to do their karma without focusing on the fruits, So it drives them to do selfless actions, righteous actions, and be attached only to the actions, So it's like the detached attachment. What's your take on this?
Well, that's really been a foundation in my life of service. I learned a lot growing up through my father and my family's spirituality. But really it was the Gita that really taught me to be detached from material things, to focus on service and not be worried about what you get out of it personally or the fruits of it. And so I've dedicated my life to that. I've worked in public service my entire career, my entire life, never worried about material things. I've worried and focused mostly about just doing what I can do every day to make the world a better place, and not be so attached to the outcome of that, but just to do what's right as much as I can, as often as I can. And the Gita really played a big role in me creating that path for myself and walking down that path the best I can.
And tell us a little about the Hindu Awareness Month that you have just initiated.
Yeah, for the last few years I've been presenting in October, which is Hindu American Awareness Month. It's been deemed so by the state legislature. So I've been presenting these proclamations at City Hall recognizing Hindu American Awareness Month. And it's of particular note to me, being Hindu and being, the only elected Hindu American of any major city, certainly in California. It's really a special feeling for me to be able to not just recognize the contributions of Hindu Americans, but help educate the greater community about who we are as Hindu Americans and a little bit more about our faith that sometimes gets very misconstrued in the popular media.
Awesome. You have a message you want to throw out to our IND TV USA viewers on this occasion of International Gita Conference?
Well, to all the IND viewers, IND USA viewers, to all of you, I hope you learn more about what we're doing here today at the International Gita Conference. Certainly learn more about the Gita if you're not familiar with it, but also take part in what you can do in your own community, maybe have your own conference, your own gathering, your own meetings with folks to discuss the teachings of the Gita, and I think that that will make all of us better off for it.
Thank you, Ash, for speaking with IND TV USA.
My pleasure.
Hi folks, we have Mukta from Saratoga right here with us at International Gita Conference, and she has been knowing Swami Gyanendra Maharaj from a pretty long time. Welcome to IND TV USA, and tell us a little about how your experience at International Gita Conference has been so far.
Oh, it is just beyond words. I just can't describe it. It's just getting soaked whole day long in these words of wisdom. I never realized we were sitting in such a big gold mine. And I think they have been revealing some nuggets and a lot of else. I think we need to just ponder on those and start practicing those, to start imbibing those principles in our life. I'm very hopeful. I think even if we adapt to one or two of these teachings, I think our life would be much more meaningful as we'll go on.
So when did you actually happen to first meet Gyanendra Maharaj? How did the interaction go? What were the key learnings?
Actually, I have known Swami Gyananandji Maharaj for since childhood. So from back in India, and this is his second trip here. But after a very long time for this Gita conference, every time you meet him, you are in touch with him. It's just an amazing, very blissful experience. And you just kind of totally rejoice in his presence, actually.
Absolutely, and the way Satya Kalra is teaching and bringing out the message of Gita is path to Anandam, which is nothing else but blissful living. So well put, well said, keep enjoying, and thanks a lot for speaking with IND TV USA.
Thank you so much, and very good luck to Satyaji, and thanks so much to her for organizing this wonderful event for all of us. Thank you.
Hi folks, we have Mrs. Leela Mathur right here with us, who is associated with Rajasthani Association Board. She's also chairing the Fremont Hindu Temple. She's a great community leader and a lot of helper for the community. Welcome Leela ji to IND TV USA with me, Jasleen Khanuja. And tell us a little about your experience at International Gita Conference today here at Sunnyvale Hindu Temple.
Hey, Jasleen, thank you so much. I'm fortunate to have this kind of a Gita conference in Bay Area for the first time, and it was just great. And we met a lot of great saints from India, all over the world, I would say. And Gita, from different Sant Mahatma, what they describe and what they have told, because I am a lover of Gita. Every day I am a good speaker of Gita also. I do in so many places, and we have question answers and all. So this is my food. Every day I read Gita. And I think Gita teach you, it's a dictionary of your life. That's what I say. Anything, it is not that it is 5,151 years old. Lord Krishna told Arjun in the Kurukshetra. So we have Kurukshetra every day in our heart. We have Kurukshetra in our house. And Gita is same. No matter how old it is, but it is for today's world. Even Silicon Valley's lot of intellect people came on the stage, and they told us how it works in their life, in their organization. So we are proud of Gita, but Lord Krishna's, I have one question for Lord Krishna, which I'm sharing with you. I said, I wrote a letter also, Lord Krishna, that in Satyug we had Narsingh Bhagwan, and he came like us and Prahlad, they are playing and all. Then we had Treta, Ram Bhagwan came in Ayodhya and playing, and people are there on earth. And then God, Lord Krishna came in Dwapar. He was with the Gopiyan, Makhan chura rahe, ye kar rahe, Yamuna ji mein naha rahe. But I have my question, Lord Krishna, I wrote a letter to you. What happened in Kali? We are waiting when you coming here. But today I got so much knowledge about Gita. You are in our heart, which I haven't seen. When you close eye, you are with Leela with Lord Krishna. So my name is Leela. I'm Lord Krishna's Leela, and I'm proud of all the Sant Mahatma knowledgeable Silicon Valley speakers. And I think I enjoyed this conference a lot. And Jocelyn, thank you so much. And Amita, thank you so much that I got a chance to talk about it. And I'm speaking from bottom of my heart. And what is my favorite thing is मन मना भव मद भक्तो मध्याजी माम नमस्कुरु मामे वैश्यसी सत्यम ते प्रति जानो प्रियसी में माँ तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु माम स्मरण युद्ध च मयि अर्पित मनोर बुद्धि संशयम वैश्यस्य संशयम। भगवान कह रहे हैं कुरुक्षेत्र में, भगवान अर्जुन तुम लड़ो लेकिन मुझे ध्यान में रखो, कुछ भी काम करो। तो हम टुडेज वर्ल्ड, देयर इज अ सेइंग इन पंजाबी, हाथ काम बल ते मन राम बल। That's all I can say. It was fantastic, and I give thanks to Khalraj who organized this thing very well. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Krishna.
Hi folks, we have the Consul Venkatraman all the way from San Francisco to Sunnyvale for International Gita Conference. Welcome to INDTV USA. You've traveled from North Bay to South Bay for this beautiful Hindu conference. How was your experience?
No, throughout the day I was here. I had the opportunity to listen to various scholars, saints and various people who have deeply studied Bhagavad Gita. As you know, Bhagavad Gita is, nobody can deny its importance and its significance. It is a divine song which has only birth, there is no end for it. And people like us who take birth after it. We learn many things from it, and by applying those things, most of our problems in our lives, we are overcoming, and it is helping from the times of, as Mahatma Gandhi ji also said, whenever he gets a problem, he will look into the Bhagavad Gita for the solution. It is a regular day-to-day experience for many people. So it is such a codified Upanishad language which has been given to humanity thousands of years back, and it is very secular. It is not related to any particular religion. It is related to the human beings and their own problems. Though we are human beings, we don't know ourselves. So it will help us to understand our own self and overcome and the destiny of our own existence here on this planet Earth. It will teach us. Really, we are proud to be a part of the tradition where we are following and we are reciting, and we could able to understand, and we have so many people who could able to simplify the coded essential part of it to many masses like us. So really, I felt very happy to be here. I learned many things today, and I am thankful to my Consul General who sent me here to represent the consulate also. Really, it was a wonderful experience for me.
Awesome, very well put. Mahatma Gandhi has truly said that Gita is the gospel of selfless service and a path to self-realization, and it is termed as a spiritual dictionary, as the book of the God. So you have very well put it, very well expressed. You have a message that you want to throw out to our INDTV USA viewers?
The message is in Gita itself. We are very smaller to Bhagavad Gita compared to Bhagavad Gita and what the knowledge conveyed through Bhagavad Gita.
It is a royal sign of
self-realization. I wish all the INDTV USA viewers, and really, if you have an opportunity in your life, please just at one point of your time, if you just explore the Bhagavad Gita, most probably the kind of chaos that is going on in our hearts and minds, we will overcome it, and peace would descend from within us only. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for speaking with us today.
And it all starts
Thank you for speaking with us today. Hello, all of you divine and beautiful people. We are coming towards the end of a very grand and magnificent International Gita Conference at Sunnyvale Hindu Temple today. Almost around 1,500 people marked their gracious presence to listen to divine national and international speakers, and this great conference was organized by none other than the founder of Path to Anandam, a very well perceived organization dedicated towards blissful living, Dr. Satya Kalra is right here with us. Welcome Satya ji to INDTV USA with me, Jasleen Khanuja. First of all, a huge congratulations on the grand success of this beautiful, creative, spiritual, divine event. How did you conceptualize this great show?
Namaste. And that was, I have been always thinking about the application of Bhagavad Gita, and the theme of the Bhagavad Gita conference was Bhagavad Gita in modern times, applying the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita in modern times. So I think it was all the thoughts were coming from the divine. I just executed whatever the messages I got from Lord Krishna, from divine power, and I think it is all his doing. And I'm so thankful that he chose me for this wonderful event.
Absolutely, you're totally blessed to have executed such a divine event at such a large scale and at such a level, you know, international global conference with so many people from all walks of life and so many saints across the country and from India as well. So tell us into what went into orchestration of such a big conference.
God's blessing. That's all I could say. Anytime I had a doubts, I had a confusions, discouragements, I just sat, close my eyes and say, please guide this Arjuna who is sitting on behind your seat. Please drive this chariot and let this divine play take place. And I think he was truly here today. That's the way. The energy was so strong. I felt like Lord Krishna was sitting right here.
Absolutely. I did feel that cosmic presence of Lord Krishna in this hall today as well. And because of the presence of so many saints, it almost felt like we are in heaven, you know. It was a bliss to be here. And you talk about blissful living. So tell us more about this concept and about 108 Mantra, the great book that you released today, which is already a best-selling book online.
Actually, I have been practicing Bhagavad Gita's teachings for over 25 years. And any time I had challenges in my life, I would go and take one mantra which helped me a lot. And this is how the accumulation of 108 mantras happen. And I call them 108 formulas. Being a scientist myself, everything is formulas in the science and in the chemistry and biochemistry. And to me, Gita offers the formulas, answers and solutions to the problems of our daily life. And these mantras are for solving the issues, facing the challenges in life, whether they are the health issues, whether they are the emotional issues, whether they are the social issues, relationship issues, financial issues, all answers are there. And that's how the accumulation of those 108 mantras happened. It took me 25 years to accumulate those mantras and practice them. And whatever worked, I put them in the form of book.
So all these 108 mantras pertain to which deity? That's one thing. And the second thing is, I have heard that 108 is a typical number. You know, even the Mahamrityunjay mantra, which creates a typical protective shield around the body when you recite it for 108 times, you know. So how does this concept of 108 come from?
Actually, all these mantras are from Bhagavad Gita. So these are all the shlokas from Bhagavad Gita, but when they help me in particular situation, then I use them, those mantras, and that's why in that book it's called Confusion to Decision. So the mantra, or if you want to take a jealousy out of you, then there is a beautiful mantra, chapter 12, 13, Adveshta sarva bhutanam, mitra karun evacha, nirmamo nirankara, sam dukkha sukha shami. So that mantra takes the jealousy out of you, gives you the friendship with the whole universe. And all the friends, no gila shikwa, no complaints. It's just anandam hi anandam. And 108, why 108? 108, it comes to a 9. And if you take the number 9, it always ends with the 9. There is always a one number, 9, 18. Then two numbers are 23rd, 27. So 3 numbers are missing. So similarly, they keep going into that cycle. So it's an infinite number. And that's why it is known as 108 mantras. And I put it in this way, then these 108 mantras take you to one mantra, and that's the only mantra, happiness, Sat Chit Ananda.
What is the key to attain abundance as well as have self-realization?
Take full responsibility of your action. Do not blame anybody. And focus on righteousness. Whatever you do, do it with the best of your ability, with love and compassion. Like I'm talking to you right now. I have to make sure I'm looking at your beautiful eyes, your beautiful smile, and I'm connecting from heart to heart. So I'm not talking just to you just because I'm talking to you with your mind. No, I'm talking to this beautiful soul, the heart, where Lord Krishna says that I sit in everybody's heart. So I am looking that beautiful heart within your body.
Awesome. So I will recall from chapter 2, mantra 48, shlok 48, I would rather say, samatvam yog uchyate, yog is the ability to conquer success or failure, regardless of the results, you get to have that detached attachment. So this philosophy of being in samta or being in that state of equilibrium, the state of stability, even though you don't attain the results, is a pretty high thing, because it's very hard when you are trying very hard to attain something and you're aspiring for something, you want the results. How do you achieve that, and in what regard do you think we can apply it in the present day context?
I can give you an example of this conference. There were few challenges, or sometimes I would say quite a few challenges. But then at the end of the day, I sat down and I said, look, I'm not doing anything for myself. In Bhagavad Gita, it says, Lord Krishna says, whoever propagates my message is the dearest to me. So I said, God, Lord Krishna, if I'm really dear to you, please help me. And you believe it or not, before I would think about it, and the manifestation will happen, and the things will start happening. So the message is samatva yog uchyate, samta. When we call it samta, stability, that stability means no stress. When we don't have any stress in life, we get connected to the Supreme. So the Gita takes the stress out of you. Any time, if I'm stressful, I just take my Bhagavad Gita, start reading. Not only I start reading it, all of a sudden the message is coming. I feel like I'm sitting in front of the 1,000 people and I'm just start giving the discourses. I start talking. All like Lord Krishna is talking to me, through me. But samatva yog uchyate. Yog means union. Union happens when we are calm. And the calmness comes from by reading, practicing reading, of course, but by practicing. Unless we practice it, nothing will happen.
So what kind of yoga is referred to here? Is it the bhakti yoga? Is it karma yoga? Is it jnana yoga?
Actually, Gita has 18 chapters. Every chapter is called yoga. Means every chapter has a path to Anandam. So, before we get to the Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Gita starts with Vishad Yoga, despondency yoga, confusion yoga. So even when we are in difficult situation, if we unite ourselves with God, that becomes yoga, as Swamiji said. Why me? Try me. Try me comes only when I'm connected. So connection is the key. Yoga means union, connection. Every path is connection. So action is art of living. Anything you do, do it righteously with love and compassion, with best of your ability. Then it becomes karma yoga. Your ability, your skills becomes jnana yoga. And when you do it with love, there's Bhakti Yoga. So you cannot separate it. Anything you do, all the yogas are included. And then at the end, Lord Krishna says, Sarva dharma paritajye mamekam sharanam braj. Aham tam sar papebhyo mokshashyami ma shuche. Means do everything with your best effort, but give it to me. Don't worry about the results. I will take care of you. Just come to me. In other words, whatever we do, we work with that thought. And when we work with that thought, then everything we do is yoga. When I'm breathing, I'm focusing on my breath. It's a breathing yoga. When I'm thinking right, both buddhi yuktos, that's a buddhi yoga. Whatever we do, bhakti yoga, when we have a love in our heart, any action we do, all the three yogas must be practiced. Even the surrender yoga must be practiced. Means do your best and let go. Let go is a surrender yoga. So anything you do in your life is a yoga. That's what Gita itself is a yoga. Even if you think about, people talk about the yoga nowadays. What is yoga? It's the modern form of Gita. So all the chapters of yoga, all the paths of yoga are combined there, and they take us to ultimate purpose of our life. Smile, be happy, be in Anandam, and give it to others, and make this world a better place to live, not just for ourselves, for our children and generation to come, and of course for everybody else. Make this world a beautiful place, but only way we can do it when we find the beauty within ourselves.
So viewers, I believe that you have imbibed the AAA strategy given out by Dr. Satya Kalra, which is self-awareness, self-analysis and self-action. Well, that's a great concept. You have really imbibed Gita in the true sense, and I hope viewers, you have followed it as well. Thanks again for putting up this wonderful, wonderful conference and for giving out the divine vibes to so many people who have made it here today at Sunnyvale Hindu Temple. Thanks a ton for speaking with IND-TV USA today. We truly appreciate your valuable time and words of wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hi folks, we have Dr. Jyoti Lula right here with us, and she is organizing a Gandhi camp. She's been very attached to Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the father of the nation, and the reason being he has done not just a lot for the country, but he has also been associated pretty well with Gita. He thinks that Gita is the gospel of selfless service, and it is a way to attain the path of self-realization, to attain enlightenment. So welcome to IND-TV USA with me, Jasleen, and tell us a little about how you are enjoying the International Gita Conference today here at Sunnyvale Hindu Temple.
I think the conference is going very well. I'm really pleased to see the big audience that we have here, people from all walks of life, children, adults and elderly. So, and people who are high-tech, people who are physicians, people who are common man. So it's really reaching out to every single human being that we can in the Bay Area.
Awesome, and I do really like the Om Bindi that you're putting on. Where did you get it from?
One of my friends gave me this, one of my ex-campers. One of my ex-campers, when her wedding, she distributed Om Bindis.
Awesome, and you want to talk about the upcoming Gandhi camp?
The Gandhi camp has been held in the Bay Area for the last 30 years. You know, as you just mentioned, that Gandhiji used to follow Bhagavad Gita. Whenever he had some problem in life, he would just open the Bhagavad Gita and the answer was right there. And I've been trying to practice the same principle. So this camp called Gandhi Camp is to reach out to the younger generation here in the Bay Area. And we live the life of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhiji said we should work with our hands. So the kids do 4 hours of Karam Yoga every day. They wash their own dishes, they clean their own rooms, and they cook right from scratch. We make pizzas, cakes, cut the vegetables. They do the whole thing for 1 week. They live like Gandhiji did in the Phoenix Ashram. So this camp, we are right now recruiting, and we have vacancies for 10 more kids. The camp is from August 2nd to August 9th. And it's in the spiritual surroundings of Krishnalaya, which is a campsite held by the Chinmaya Mission in Humboldt County.
Awesome. So for what age group is the camp most appropriate?
The age group from 10 to 18 years of age. The older kids get leadership skills and they get school credit for community work.
Awesome. You have a message that you want to throw out to our IND TV USA viewers on the occasion of International Gita Conference?
I'd appreciate that if you can send out this message for parents who can still register their kids before the summer vacation is over for an experience that they will remember lifelong. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks a ton for speaking with IND TV USA, and we wish you all success for your Gandhi conference. In Mahabharata, there is a famous saying, Atmanah Pratikulani Pareshamna Sanchayet. So behave with others the way you want people to behave with you, and we have none other than the director of Akshay Patra, Mrs. Geeta Kulkarni, right here with us, and she has been feeding the underprivileged children and helping to create a behavior for others, an example for others, and doing a selfless job. Welcome Geeta to IND TV USA with me, Jasleen Khanuja, and tell us a little more about Akshay Patra.
Thank you, Jasleen. Akshay Patra, it is a midday meal program in India. We provide we provide 1.4 million children hot nutritious meals from our centralized kitchens from 23 locations and 10 states in India. It started in the year 2000 by feeding 1,500 students, and this is provided only in government schools where the poorest of the poor child tries to go, and this is an incentive for any child to come to school and get educated. So we have seen the impact of this food which has been created in few schools, and then we were able to scale up to all these locations. We have seen improvement in attendance, the dropout has come down, and we have seen the enrollment has also gone up, and the overall performance of the child in the school and outside the school has also increased, and it has gone up, it has enhanced. So we would like to, our mission is to feed 5 million children by 2020, and our goal is to reach out to these children with hot nutritious meals, because these children, this is the only meal which many of the children get in throughout the day. We have our fundraising events throughout US, as well as we have fundraising programs in India. In the Bay Area, we have our upcoming event on 20th of September in San Mateo Marriott, and we would like to request people to come and sponsor the tables and sponsor these children. And you won't believe that the cost of the meal is to feed one child for entire school year is just $15.
Awesome. So, great fundraising effort, as you mentioned about your upcoming event. Tell us a little about when exactly this was started, who started it, give us a little more background about this organization.
Yeah. This started in the year 2000, and it was initiated by ISKCON Bangalore. Many people, come to the temple, and we have a tradition in temple to give free food, like as prasadam to all the people who are coming to the temple. So the founders of our temple, Madhu Pandit Das and Chanchalapati Das, they thought why not we prepare the food and send it across to the schools. It is like food for education. So this will be an incentive for these children to come to school. These children are so poor that in spite of getting free education in these government schools, they don't tend to come to school because they go out and work for their living. So if we provide this meal, they can at least come to the school, get educated, and enhance their performance in the overall life. So this was the intention while starting this program, Akshay Patra, is to at least solve two problems. One is hunger and the other is malnutrition. Second is the education. We have to educate this people. So you have to make them literate. So keeping these things in mind, we started this program in the year 2000 by feeding only in 5 schools, and 1,500 students. And slowly we were getting invitations from various state governments of India, and we started our kitchens. Our kitchens are like mechanized kitchens where we cook for 100,000 students in 5 hours of time. So we have used technology extensively. We have roti making machine which makes 60,000 rotis in 1 hour. And we would request people whenever they go to India, please do visit our kitchens and please do visit our schools and see for yourself, because seeing is believing. They can go and visit the kitchens early hours in the morning to see the operations. Thank you.
What a great altruistic effort. We totally commend all your moves. All the best for all the future programs that you are having. Thank you for speaking with INDTV USA.
Thank you.
Hi folks, we have Mr. Hemant Seth all the way from India at International Gita Conference in Sunnyvale today. Welcome to INDTV USA, and tell us a little about what was the inspiration of gifting your first Bhagavad Gita print to our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi.
This Gita was developed after 2 years of hard work, and we have sourced most amazing painting of India which was never seen by world. And our idea was that this Bhagavad Gita goes to every elite house of the world, and Mr. Modi is an Indian ambassador who wants to take India to all over the world. So we thought the first person we should give it to him is Mr. Modi.
Well, what a commendable move, and I believe then one of the next editions was also presented to Big P Amitabh Bachchan. Yeah. So how do you choose like which celebrity? You know, you've been I think given another edition to Kokila Ambani as well.
Yes. See, idea is that this Gita was made in such an opulent way. I mean, if you see the book, it has so much of rich culture inside, and we are not giving any commentary. It is basically what Lord has said has been written inside, and we want to make this as a collectible. People can keep it in their house and keep it as a collectible item. So a lot of things has gone inside, and we want to make sure that this product is being used as a collectible and been kept by all the elite house. So we have reached out to all these people, Kokilaben, and they all appreciated and supported us. Amitabh Bachchan spent, if you see the Amitabh Bachchan comment on our Facebook page, he said, "Bahut sundar hai. I have never seen this Gita like this." So that was all the support we got from there.
So are you guys into publishing other Hindu scriptures as well? There are a lot of Vedas. People want to read about the Smritis as well. Mahabharata also has been termed as one of the Smritis, and you know that Manusmriti was pretty popular. And then there are pretty famous books like Niti Shatkam, which talk about the evergreen philosophies of life, the one by Bhartrihari. So what next?
You are right. I mean, India has so much of treasure in its Vedas. So much is there, we have not taken it out. Our passion is that we want to come out with all these treasures and show it to the world in most opulent way. We also have a passion to connect with the youth of the world. About 6 months back, we have launched a Hanuman Chalisa with a Bollywood music director, Shekhar Vijayani. And he has sung this beautiful way, this Hanuman Chalisa. And we tied up with them and come out with a book which is there, where you can you can scan the QR code on the back side, and you can this is a book, you can see there is a QR code, and here is Mr. Shekhar. So like that we want to connect, and today we are exporting to around 25 countries across the globe. And we are trying to connect with the youth, because youth understand this language.
Awesome. So great way to spread Hinduism, spread the word of spirituality, spread the message across. I totally appreciate your effort. All the very best for all your moves, and thanks a ton for speaking with INDTV USA.
Thank you very much. Thank
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भुः मा ते सङ्गोत्स्वकर्मणि।
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,